What's up, YouTubers? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. It is cold outside. I'm back under the shelter again because at least we got some sun on this side of the house. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys checking out the last video. It was awesome. It was a privilege to be able to shout out GCI Turf. I ended up having a great conversation with Pete after that through email. So he's just such an awesome guy. You guys said it. He's just an outstanding guy. He is the same behind the scenes as he is on camera. He's just a tremendous guy. First thing he said was, "Man, you ain't got to shout out GCI. Please, don't do that." But Pete, it's an honor, man. It's a privilege to be able to point people towards such a great company. If you don't know what we're talking about, check out the last video. Just had a special super kind gesture done by GCI Turf to the channel, which we're going to get into today, so you might want to check that one out. Stop this one, go check that out, watch the whole video, come back and tune into this one. But we've got the Typhoon Flowzone Typhoon 2.5 backpack sprayer here. I have no idea what's inside this box. I've cut the box open. That's it. So we're just going to take it out. I don't know a lot about this. If you have one, I know Jeff, who works at GCI, said, "Hey man, I'm anxious to see what you think about it. I love mine." I think I got a buddy that was over last night for dinner. He has one. He loves it. So several people have them. So let me know below what I need to know. I was watching the special video from Pete about how to set it up and deal with it. One of the things we won't get into on this video by request of GCI is the nozzles. They are patented, or they are, let me not say patent, they are created by Pete and his company for specific use. I'm not going to display those here. I've been asked not to. I think he puts that out to his email to everybody that buys the backpack sprayer. Don't show the nozzles. This is his own thing. If you want to know more, contact Pete. Contact GCI Turf. I'm sure they'll tell you everything you want to know about it, but we're not going to get into that here by his request, and we are going to honor that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Before we unbox this thing and just see what's inside, take a look at it, what's different from the Strom that I have had for 2 years, I do want to say that I am on Twitter, at Mr. Ferguson Lawn. Sometimes in the beginning of the videos I'll put at Mr. Ferguson Lawn. That's really the only place that applies. Of course, here on YouTube as well, I'm at Mr. Ferguson Lawn. But I am getting back on Twitter since Elon bought it. It's not as crazy there. Some of the crazy people left. Some of the crazy people have shut up. I don't know. I'm on Twitter. If you want to shoot me like, "Hey, Mr. Ferguson, check this out. This is my lawn," do it on Twitter. That's probably the best place to do it. If you have a Twitter account and you're like, "Hey, at Mr. Ferguson Lawn, hey man, just wanted to show you my mow today," I'm able to see those and comment. Alan Haynes on there, GCI Turf's on there, but Pete, I think, mainly goes through Instagram for his stuff on social media. I don't have a Facebook account anymore. I got off of it. I got off Instagram. I wanted to make sure. I've been wanting to say that for 2 weeks and keep forgetting. So you can reach out to me on Twitter if you are there, and if you have an account, feel free to follow me at Mr. Ferguson Lawn. You can't miss me. Got my logo there. There you go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to unbox this bad boy as I take a sip of my Monster. I'm going to have to put it down when I cut this this first part. Oh, that's good. So as I mentioned just a second ago, I've had the Strom for 2 years. It's done great. The battery went out the first time. We put a new battery. It was great. Now, I had my buddy over last night that has one of these Flowzones. We took both batteries. I showed him. He's like, "Yep, it's dead." It's not a battery issue. It's something internally is just, it's gone. It could be the motor. Could, I don't know, the internals of pump backpack sprayers. So we're just going to pull this thing out of the box again. We're not going to look at the nozzles or anything. We're just going to look at the backpack sprayer itself. If you're interested in something like this, I would highly encourage you, as I said on the last video, go through GCI Turf to purchase this. I'm sure there's other places you can. You can't get better customer service. You can't pick a better company to buy from than GCI Turf here in North Carolina or around the United States. So if you're interested in what you see today, I would encourage you to use the link below. I get no kickback or profit from it, from mentioning GCI. I'm just simply telling you they're a fantastic company. From the staff to the support to what they do over there in the Reedsville area, they're just excellent through and through, and they love God, and they demonstrate it by way of, you see it sitting right here on my porch. So let me reposition the camera, put my Monster down sadly, and let's just open it. Let's just look at it, and I'll give you my first thoughts, and those that obviously have got one can comment below what I'm missing or what I need to pay attention to. All right, guys, I'm doing take two on this because the first time is just all over the place. So I've already kind of opened it and unpacked it, and now I'm making video version 2. So bear with me, I have kind of seen what's inside, but let me pull it up here. I've kind of repackaged it a little bit to try to recreate the magic, but I'm not going to try to fake anything. This is take 2 because let's try to do this in order. So the first thing that came out of the box is we've got definitely a bigger and bulkier charging block. So coming out of the box first is the charging block. Clearly this will attach here, and this is definitely much beefier than the one from Strom. The one from Strom looks more like the iPhone charger almost, or an iPad charger, compared to this block. Look at this guy. So if you're looking at, now why are we doing this? Let me go back before, here's the charging, so I'm going to set this to the side now. But why are we doing this unboxing, Mr. Ferguson? Well, if you're interested, and maybe you're going to buy your husband a 4-gallon backpack sprayer, maybe you're going to mention to your wife to watch this video because you would like a backpack sprayer for Christmas. I want to show you what you get, what the product looks like. We're not going to do any spraying today. Besides the nozzles, Pete has specifically asked we don't talk about his unique and special nozzles. That's a separate purchase on the website. If you go to GCI Turf Academy, he's got just the Typhoon 2.5 on there, Flow Zone 2.5. He's also got it with the GCI special nozzles, or you can buy I think the Boom Buddy or whatever. So there's several different options, and it depends on your budget, how much you want to pay for. So he ended up gifting me with the nozzle. So thank you, Jesus. I don't deserve it, but I appreciate that, Pete. But we're not going to display his nozzles. That you can contact GCI Turf if you want to know what that entails and what's that all about. You do get a video when you buy this that Pete goes in and explains the nozzles, shows you what they're using in their company and how you can use it for this backpack sprayer. But that's all we're going to go in about that. So big old battery charger here. The battery is different. My buddy was actually sent me a picture. It's exactly what he showed me last night. It's similar in the front as the Strom, but it is thicker. And I've got the other Strom here. You can see how much thicker the Flow Zone is, which tells me it's definitely beefier, got more cells. It's going to hold a charge longer. It's more powerful. But they're very similar in the front and how they look, and in the back they're very similar. And I have off camera already try to put the red one in the Flow Zone. It does click and it does fit. Will it work, and actually is it ideal? I don't know. I don't want to mess it up, so that's why I said we're not going to pump anything today. But the battery, you can just see it is definitely a bigger boy than the Strom battery, which is the red one. So you're getting a good beefy, and that's it basically for the batteries. So when we go over to the actual box here, one of the things, let's go over here, we pulled out first was you get this back support. This reminds me of the military. It's the stuff we get issued before we went to Iraq and stuff. It's got a carrying handle for the backpack sprayer. Besides the top of it here, you've got, when this is mounted to the backpack sprayer itself, it looks like there's a handle to be able to pick this up possibly. But man, it's loaded with pads. And for some of you that may have a really bad back, at the bottom, it's got this strap where it can wrap around your waist. And you give that hip support where it can sit on your hips a little bit. So this may help many of us that have bad back. But it's loaded with pads. It's that's definitely a change from which the Strom was very comfortable. I mean, for me, I come from the military where they give you hardly any pads. They're just like, here, suck it up, Nancy. But this is beyond. I mean, this is awesome. This is going to feel great on your back. So this will obviously attach at the bottom. We'll just hook those little these little metal cords attachments to the tank, and it looks like it'll just set with your back against it. But yeah, that's pretty cool, with tons of pads for support. And then the nozzles that actually came out of the battery compartment is the same that came with my Strom. So if you do not buy the GCI nozzles, you're like, well, how am I going to spray anything, Mr. Ferguson, if I don't get the nozzles? Well, Flow Zone and Strom give you nozzles, just the generic standard ones that would come with it if you didn't buy it from GCI Turf, which we do encourage you to buy from GCI Turf. But this one is more of like a trimming, like inside your home, outside your home, around the base of your house. This one is like what you would see Terminex or somebody use. That's what I call it. It's more of it could be a circle, or you can pierce it down to a steady stream. It can narrow from very small to a wide circle. So you got that one, and then you got your red and you got your green, which is for a wide fan and more of a trim pass fan. I don't know, I would have to guess this is your trim and this is your wide, but don't quote me on that. But these are the ones you get for free with just buying just the backpack sprayer. But Pete has his own nozzles that he will show you and sell you if you're interested in that, which I would recommend off watching the video that he sent to me. So there is the nozzles, and okay, that's it for there. You get this book. Now, one of the things on the back I first noticed is see how you got that serial number right there, which is unique to my backpack spray. I've already seen it. But this is basically just an operations guide. You would expect that in the box. And it breaks down all the parts. The main thing in here that I saw, because we're going to go through this quickly, I don't want to hold you up, but it gives you a list of all the parts. So if you have any problems in the future like I've had, this is awesome. In the back, it breaks it down even more of all the different parts. If we need to order different parts, it gives you lots of places on here. It says contact us here, contact us here, if you need help with your backpack sprayer. So that's obviously an operations manual, so that's always important to have. If you're giving it as a gift and something don't work, you can go there, buy specific parts. You don't have to buy a whole new backpack sprayer, obviously. The wand, almost exactly, if not the exact wand that I got with my Strom sprayer, so nothing special there. But if you're new to backpacks, looking at it as a gift, this thing is the real deal. You hook up the hose here, the wand is, the extension is going to go on the top here. I had some trouble before, so I'm not going to do it on camera, but this gives you a little bit of length. I'm sure you could even buy a longer one of these if you needed to, for some reason, if you're doing, you know, like at our church and stuff, things of that nature. There we go. But it quick connects right there to the wand. There you go. So if you're buying it for your husband, your uncle, your brother, whatever, this is a solid piece of equipment right here. We'll set that to the side, and then I think it's the main event, yes, which is the backpack sprayer. And I'll set the box down here behind me. Very similar to the Strom, but looks even better. So the hose, I noticed, is definitely different. The hose is not clear, it's black, but it feels like it's the same material. But man, look at that end, like where you connect it to the wand right there. You're going to screw that into the bottom of the wand, but it's got this neck on it, so you don't, you know, kink it or anything like that. Like I think about an iPhone charger, when we bend those things too much, like in my truck, the wires show, and it can. That's not going to be happening on this backpack sprayer. That is built to last and to bend and to not choke off any fluid from flowing into the wand. So very cool on the hose right there. The back, obviously, this is where we connect that pad that we just pulled out. We're going to hook that up down here at the bottom on these circles, and then our pad will be right here. But on this side, you've got a very cool logo at the bottom. Flow Zone Typhoon 2.5 looks awesome with the battery area right here. That unique serial at the top, if you ever need that, that's cool. So we can give that to the customer support if we need parts. Battery clearly slips into there. Compartment closes. There we go. And you've got on the side gallons. Now here's a pro tip that I always do, and I'm going to do it on this one too. I go over this with black Sharpie so that I can read it. I can't read this clear crap. So I'm going to mark it and mark this line with the black Sharpie and write 4 so I can see where 4 gallons is, and all the way down to 1 gallon down here at the bottom. But the design is very beautiful. Now over here, this is all I can assume is this is where the pressure gauge is. I don't know much about this. Comment below. You can tell me, you know, what do you do pre-emergent on, FERD on versus, you know, number 5. Is there any reason to go to number 5? It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you turn that, you can hear it click. There you go, like that's on number 3 right there. Again, we're not going to put water in and pump today. I just want to show you this. And on this side is where you got the hose detached, and we're back. As far as the top, let me undo the top real fast. Inside, we do have the little clips. So this is where your wand, when it's setting, the bottom of the wand, the tip that you have will sit in here, and the top will clip onto here. These attach to the side, if you can see that on camera. This is going to go over top, and we're going to have some little bolts go in right here on top. And then on the bottom, This is where this little cap will slide on and your wand sets in those two green sections right there, if that makes any sense. If not, you'll see when you order one. And we also, as we mentioned in the other video with the urea, you've got your strainer, which is clearly something that's very useful. If you've got something you're mixing maybe in a 5-gallon bucket with a bucket test or jar test, and you're like, oh, is it going to clump? Well, when you pour it into this, the clumping is going to be filtered out. The liquid's going to come through to the backpack sprayer. So a strainer, you don't have to always use it if you're pouring straight liquid, but very key. So this is up here. And that is pretty much it. The top obviously looks exactly like the Strom, the green, very secure, very good plastic. It's not cheap filling at all. Overall, so far, just looking at it, it looks outstanding. I'm very excited to spray something with this. And so there you go. I just want to unbox this. This is a perfect time to do this because Christmas is coming up. I encourage you, check out GCI Turf Academy. There'll be a link down in the description. I get no money from it. I don't get any kickbacks. I get nothing in return for you using that link. I would just point you to GCI Turf Services because they are amazing, awesome people. As we discussed an entire video on Wednesday, they gifted this to me for no reason other than they have the love of Jesus in their heart and they're amazing people. So if you're looking for a gift, if you've got the money, I know the economy, inflation, times are tough. Maybe this is way out of your price range, but if you've got somebody that could use a backpack sprayer, the Typhoon I've heard is the best of the best. It is very good. GCI will always work with you to make things right. If your battery quits working or something hiccups, they work with you. They don't ask questions. They're not giving you the third degree. They're amazing customer support, but you will want to go through, as the backpack sprayer says, you can go through this company for any type of support you need. So there you go. That's what comes out of the box. I'm excited to try this in the future. It's a great Friday video to be able to show you this. So I hope this helps the husband or the wife that maybe is buying it a gift, or maybe you're buying it for yourself and you've been debating what to get. Hope this shows you a little bit. Obviously, you want to know, how does it perform? That's what I really care about. We'll get to that in another video, or maybe in the future here soon. We're coming down into the colder months, so not a lot of spraying happening. But thank you guys for tuning in. Again, check me out on Twitter if you want to follow me there. It's totally up to you. Thank you guys for watching today. We will see what happens next week. I'm going to be traveling a lot the next week. I'm going to be going to see my brother, hopefully. Going to be going up to West Virginia to see my cousin and stay with them. Going to be going to Virginia and seeing my in-laws. So I don't know video-wise what will happen the week of Thanksgiving. Check out YouTube. I know you guys will be traveling as well. So we'll try to do some videos. We may only do one video for that week. I don't know. It's a unique time of the year. It's like Christmas. So just know that, and we'll try the week following, the last week of November, to get back on track. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you guys so much for liking the videos and sharing them. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you on the next lawn care video.